thanks for joining me again in this other episode at One Drops Mental Health Conversations. My name is Joy Lee, and right now I'm here with Camille Valenzuela. She is a content creator and also a wellness and mental health advocate. Hey, Camille, and welcome to the program. Hello.
Thank you. Hello,
Yay.
everyone.
We are so glad to have you, and I'm so excited to have this quick chat with you to get to pick your brains kung ano yung mga pwedeng tips and strategies that you can provide our community when it comes to managing their mental health. Shall we begin, Camille?
Sure, let's go.
Okay, sige. So Camille, in a few sentences, can you tell us what you do and a little bit of your background story, kumbaga, just for our audience to get to know you a little bit better, and kung paano ka, what got you into, mental health and advocating for mental health.
Sure, no problem. Currently, I work as a customer solutions teammate for a corporate company, a fintech company. However, on the side, my passion really is on writing, creating content, and primarily on mental health and wellness. So, I started siguro creating contents about 2020 and 20 this year kasi nga there has been an increase on people calling the hotlines when it comes to depression nung nag-pandemic. And a background of mine kung bakit ako eventually naging mental health advocate, it's because when I was growing up, I was different from kids. Like there's something, I wouldn't say there's something wrong, pero nararamdaman kong may kakaiba sa akin. Like I would be sad even if there's nothing to be sad about. Parang merong feeling of emptiness. Hindi ka talaga naghahanap ng purpose. There's just something different. And there was no information available. And then I have a teacher, she tried to help me understand what's going on. Pero kahit siya, medyo old na kasi siya at that time. And you know how older Filipinos are, feeling nila hindi totoo ang mental health concerns, feeling nila hindi totoo yun. But she tried to help me to understand. Natatandaan ko pa, meron pang classmate before. She even told me na ang ganda daw ng buhay namin. Kasi I went to a public school when I was in high school. So, syempre yung mga kasama ko doon, mga lower class and middle class family. So, parang nako-compare nila na parang ang happy ng family ko kasi they get to come to my house to create projects and stuff. So, they see my family, they see our house. Sabi, okay naman, why are you sad? Tapos parang ako, I also don't get it. And then, eventually, nagka-access naman ako sa internet due to maraming computer shops. And that's when I learned about depression. And that's something that I talked about with my guidance counselor. Kasi nga, there's no help available eh. And when we talked about it, she was supportive. She was willing to give information. However, this is what struck me the most. She told me not to tell anyone about it. If you're going to talk about it to someone, it has to be someone that you trust. So, doon ako nagtaka na why? Like, what's the problem? Kasi kapag may sipon ka or may lagnat ka or masakit tiyan mo, you can tell people about it, di ba? Parang walang nakakahiya doon. Minsan nga too much info pa yung iba. And then I wondered what's going on. And that's when I learned na may stigma pala when it comes to mental health. And growing up, doon ko na-realize that the enemy is not your situation, but it's more on ignorance. Ignorance is the real enemy. Feeling ko, hindi naman sa close-minded yung older generations of Filipinos. It's just that they are not aware. They're not fully informed on what mental health concern really is. Hindi nila nagigets na it's actually a chemical imbalance. They don't get it that it may be hereditary as well. Pero I think if they are aware of these things, they would see it differently and they would react differently as well. So, yun.
Oo, I really agree with that. And etong mga ganitong klaseng platforms and you right now speaking up about these things is one way of, minimizing or alleviating that stigma around mental health. And I know that we are helping a lot of people by just telling them that it's normal, di ba? Normal yung mga feeling na yon. And kagaya ng sinabi mo na parang yung sipon, ubo, ganun din dapat natin tignan yung mental health natin. All right, that's amazing. That's great. Now I want to know, Camille, can you tell, our listeners or our watchers, our viewers of this episode, I want to know what tips and strategies you can, share to the community on how we can manage our mental health. So I'm asking this in behalf of all the people who might be having, depression, anxiety, tas hindi nila alam kung saan sila lalapit.
Yeah, actually, as a content creator, I'll be honest, medyo mahirap talaga i-normalize yung mga ganitong conversation. In fact, in my own YouTube channel, I've created just so far mga 2 episode pa lang ata, but focusing on those how to cope. So, ayoko naman i-share yung buong shinare ko na 10, pero I think I'll share a little bit, siguro 5. I wouldn't say that it might work for everyone, pero it can help. So, whatever will work for our viewers, I hope meron silang mapulot dito sa 5 tips na i-share ko. So, number 1, eat. Di ba? You might find it weird, pero minsan kasi sinasabi nila, baka gutom lang kaya tayo nalulungkot or kaya tayo kasi nga, this is a chemical or chemical imbalance, di ba? So, minsan baka kailangan lang talaga natin kumain so that we can see things differently. So, ako yun talaga minsan ginagawa ko muna, kain muna. Tapos yun, I get to reassess ano ba talagang totoo ko nararamdaman. And then, number 2 is cry and decompress. 'Di ba? As cliche as it may sound, yung it's okay not to be okay, pero it's very important that you decompress these feelings eh. What's not okay is for you to remain on that situation. Ako talaga, binibigyan ko yung sarili ko na siguro 3 days maximum na yon kapag nandun pa rin ako sa situation na yon. I need to change my perspective. Kailangan magbago. Hindi pwedeng stuck na tayo sa malungkot eh. Kailangan iba na yung mood ko after 3 days. And talk to friends. It's very important that you get to talk it with friends kasi it helps you to have a different perception sa nangyayari. Kasi minsan, that's the problem. Um, Minsan meron tayong ibang perception sa buhay eh. Especially the people who are having anxiety attacks. One of the first few things that their family or themselves ginagawa na sa sarili nila is they try to be grounded. They try to understand ano ba yung totoo. Kasi minsan nagkakaroon lang sila ng ibang perception sa sitwasyon eh. Parang sobrang sobrang heightened, sobrang advanced mag-isip na ang lala na ng iniisip nila when in fact hindi pa naman. So yun, talk it out para talagang maintindihan mo kung ano ba yung totoong situation. And then number 4, run, exercise, galaw-galaw kasi minsan kailangan lang talagang mag-release ng endorphins eh. Ako for me, running works out. Sobrang it's my happy place. Doon ako kung iba yoga yung relaxing, for me it's running. And the 5th, pinaka-importante, be productive. Kasi nga minsan, yun yung sinasabi ko na it's okay not to be okay, pero don't be stuck there. So if para ka pa ring hopeless, para ka pa ring tinatamad, make sure you move, 'di ba? Parang after 3 days, kung ganun ka pa rin, magbigay ka rin ng effort. One day at a time, 'di ba? Ngayon, sige, maglinis ka ng kwarto, bukas iba naman, basta make sure you are moving. Don't give up on yourself. Yun lang.
I love everything that you said, and they're really, really helpful. Magpa+1 ako sa iyo sa running because I also love to run. So maybe we can run together since we just found out we're like neighbors. Okay, sige. So I just wanna focus on one thing that you said, Camille. No, I love the term that you said, decompressing. Can you talk a little bit about that, on the sense na paano ba magganon? Paano ba mag-decompress? Ano yung mga pwede nilang gawin to decompress your feelings or to take action, di ba? Pag nandun na sila sa state na yon, how do they take action? So I'm asking this para magkaroon pa ng, step-by-step process yung mga nakikinig kung ano ba yung dapat kong gawin para mag-decompress, lalo na pag nandun ako sa sitwasyon na yon.
Ako for me, what I normally do is I write my feelings down. Yun. Tapos, sunod, if I really feel like crying, just allow yourself. Kasi, di ba, and crying, it doesn't have to be like public. Kung gusto mo gawin in your room or wherever you're starting to feeling things, gawin mo lang. Kahit ako, minsan pag as weird as it may sound, pero pag off ko talaga, like first day of my rest day, if I had a very stressful week and mayroon akong kakaibang nararamdaman, if I feel like crying, I just allow myself to cry. Ganun lang talaga siya. And then, if I'm still not feeling okay, I just write it on my journal. Ganun. Para magkaroon din ako ng, when I start to feel okay, I get to read myself on the days that I'm not okay. Para ma-process ko talaga siya ng maayos. And if those things are not enough, reaching out to your close friend, hindi mo naman kailangan talaga ng maraming friends at hindi mo naman kailangang i-announce yung situation mo in the world. Yeah, we normalize these things, pero because of the stigma, we really still need to choose the people that we talk to. And lastly, if we are starting to invite really negative thoughts, that would be the time na let's get in touch with a medical professional. Total, in Facebook, you can just search their numbers. You will find help. Kung wala ka talagang friend na kayang kausapin, I know they're available 24 hours naman.
I agree. I agree. Thank you so much for sharing those thoughts. And, yung pagdi-decompress and pag-validate ng feelings mo, when you mentioned you're reading back yung mga old entries mo sa journal to get back to that situation, I think that also gets you to know yourself better, diba? To know yourself better, how your brain processes situations, diba? Or mga stimulus sa buhay, how your brain and your heart reacts to those things. And it will help you to improve, diba, your reaction and your behavior in the future. So I think that's really, really helpful. Thank you so much, Camille. Okay, so if there are people, listening or watching this episode who might want to connect with you, to ask for more information about what you do or just to chit chat, where can they find you?
The easiest way would be in Instagram kasi I get to see your DMs immediately. But I also have a Facebook page, same name, it's Mimita Chinita. For Facebook, you can just search it. It's 2 words. But in Instagram, my handle is Mimita Chinita, just 1 word, a lowercase. And I also have a YouTube channel. You can watch those episodes. You can leave comments so that we can get in touch. Those are my avid.
Perfect. And I'm going to link all of those accounts in the show notes, the description of this episode. Okay. So, any other things you want to share to the community, Camille, as we close this quick and sweet episode with you?
I guess it would be always be grateful. Like if you really need I wouldn't say an instant fix, pero if you need something that would boost you ng mabilisan, being grateful eh. Kunwari you're so down today, feeling mo walang kwenta lahat ng nangyayari, feeling mo you're worthless, try to look back. At least 3 bagay lang that is good about your life, 'di ba? Ako, I always say, nagising ako today, that's already a chance for me to correct things. Number 2, my family. Even though my parents are, yun nga, part of the older generation, which hindi naman talaga sa hindi sila nag-accept ng mental health concerns, pero they're now starting to be open. So that's something that you have to be grateful for, your family. And then number 3, I don't know, minsan, simpleng pinagluto lang ako ng kasambahay namin, that's something that I'm grateful for me. Start to be grateful and iba talaga yung magiging effect nun sa araw.
That's great. And I think related yung mga sagot mo sa last question ko, or maybe you can change your answer or add some more. Kasi my last question is about One Drop. Here at One Drop, we believe that, people can really get better one day at a time, one step at a time, one drop at a time. And what one drop you think can people add to their life to be a little better tomorrow?
I guess, yeah, I think I would have the same answer. Just a simple thank you sa universe is gonna be enough.
Yeah.
And siguro kung meron man ko idadagdag, that would be when you go to sleep at night, 'di ba? Try to look back sa nangyari sa araw mo. And then you would see that there are really many blessings. So focus more on blessings, acknowledge when something is wrong. Yun lang.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Camille, for your time. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Have a
Thank
good day. Thank you for
you.
the insight. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Thank you.